Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL One Battlefield 4 Winter Cup number 3. We do apologise, of course, for the delay between games. We did have some epic struggles in the first round between a few teams. We are now into our quarterfinals.
Yes, we are. It's going to be Revo up against Epsilon. The game has started. It's going to drop you in right now and see how this game gets underway here. The maps we do have, as you can see, Zavid on your screen. We got Caesar Shanghai as our second map and Paracel Storm chosen as our third. Again, we do apologise for the delays. Fortunately, there's nothing really we can do about it. Revo actually went into a third map and into an overtime in that third map, which caused, unfortunately, that hour-long process happened. But either way, this game has kicked off. Epsilon defending winners for the last 2 cups, and let's see if they can do it for a third. Well,
so far, it's only Hawaii there who just got taken down near towards the bomb. He was managing to keep tabs on Epsilon for the moment there, but after getting taken down by Mayak, now they'll be able to push on towards the rest of the factories here, like we saw in our first map of the night, of course, with Penta. With a very strong performance on this exact map. Perhaps we'll see those two teams go head-to-head later on this one. That would be excellent. But Biscuit now is just waiting for the push. He knows he's going to be coming towards him. The problem is, it could be from either side of that container. So he's going to back away to maybe a little bit more of a defensible position here and wait for them to push across. The bomb is very ponderously moving here. GK not making any sudden movements, I suppose, as Epsilon just trying to establish dominance here as they try and push off the hill.
Now I wonder what could happen, because we saw Revo play against Fnatic on this map just last week. And we saw the interesting boost over towards, I believe it is the A site. Or sorry, the C site.
It was
on the blue side, yeah.
Up here.
And actually on top of one of those little doohickeys, we don't even know what to call them technically. Sitting on top of one of those was boosted up, and they're able to get an M come off the back of that. But I'm curious if they've actually been read into now, if Epsilon kind of know this strategy. Either way, they have the bomb, they have the control of the game. It's been 2 minutes now, and it looks like they're finally starting to make their move as 2 men on the side of Revo have fallen.
Yeah, by and large, it's fairly even in terms of those kills here, but Epsilon are just being a little bit more careful as they make their way across, and now Revo's slightly out of position here as well. They're caught sort of on their side, but towards the back now, and Epsilon have already passed them for the most part, so they now have to play a bit of catch-up here. But Jika will be waiting for him as well. He knows that there are players out here on the eastern side, and he's waiting for someone to be unlucky enough to poke their head up at the wrong time. Jika, definitely a man known for his ability to rotate, play very, very well positionally. His aim is good. Maybe not as good as some of the rest of his teammates, but he puts in some serious work when it comes to really disrupting enemy formations and setups. So let's see what he does now with the bomb in hand. Now, Taiyu and Hawaii are going to throw a spanner in the works here, and Hunter's forced to contribute to that one and keep the bomb on the move. He does combine with Mayak to get kills each now, and they continue to make their way across towards the side. Will it be a push towards A here? Are they feeling confident now with Patra being the only Revo player out here, should I say? And he's definitely strong enough to hold his own for at least the moment. Is Hunter now going to be pushing around the corner, gets 2, and that is definitely going to be opening the way. And Epsilon, easy as you like, have made their way on towards the A side.
And you see Revo, they're on the slow retake as well. They're playing behind. Now Epsilon with getting that bomb down, they have the control, they know exactly where a couple men, at least the last 2 remaining men on the side of Revo are, and they should be able to pick up these kills relatively quickly. Hunter should be revived just by his teammate in a second, there it is. He's able to come around the corner and hold off that one remaining man. He will fall again, actually, the same guy. Hawaii be able to pick up another kill, but the push is coming on towards the other side of the map. They do have a man played up close and personal, but do they have it on the hills? That's what I want to see. No, okay, they've won now 2 men back there. Actually, even a third right under us. So they have the control. This is going to be almost impossible to retake, but they're going to try.
Well, Biscuit knows now that he's actually in a lot of danger if he tries to go for any sort of defuse there. And there we go. Jake is just going to take the fight straight to him now, and the bomb is surely going to go up here. And this is something we see about Revo, is that they can fight. Their 1v1s, their gun skills are really good, but they always just seem to be outmaneuvered and outpositioned by their opponents.
How did he not die? He was literally right next to the bomb. He lost 25 health.
I don't know, maybe it was the old face away from the bomb trick. You know, like cool guys don't look at explosions. Cool guys don't take damage from explosions if they're walking away from them.
Then Jika must be damn cool, because I've not seen...
He's actually pretty cool. He's a trendy bloke, not gonna lie.
Alright, well, as you can see on the scoreboard as well, we have a pretty interesting spread on the side of Revo. 5 kills for Hawaii, 5 kills for TU. On the other side, though, we have a couple men on the side of Epsilon who are just struggling at the bottom at 1 kill apiece between Horik and Hexus. But you see 7-2 out of Mayak, 7-5 out of Hunter. The 2 big fraggers for their team. With 1 income under their belts already, they're still looking to pick up that second. They have, 5.5 minutes left to work with. There's no real struggle in at least getting that bomb across the entire, map. And the question comes down to, can Revo throw a spanner in the works? Can they pick up an MCOM here? They're going to need to get 1, I think, if they want to have hopes of taking this into second map with a 1-0 lead for themselves.
Let's take a look at this kill score, though. Have a look at this on the screen. It's 20. It's about 20 apiece, really, if you break it up that way here. So both teams are really, able to do work on the ground here, especially as they get their teammates in position. They're winning the fights in a lot of cases, Revo. Look at Hawaii. I mean, before he got that 2, almost 3 piece as he was trying to defend, but it just wasn't enough. Revo have potential. This is a team probably has a lot more potential than a lot of the teams we sort of see that are getting knocked out in the first and the second rounds here. Kind of like the Leisure from last season, as it were, who are actually, again, able to really take the fight to their opponents and sort of are improving. Leisure are, at least by leaps and bounds. So it's a good sign for Revo, but they've just got to expand the scope of, I guess, their understanding of the game to outside just getting those kills here. Yes, mechanically, they're getting the job done, but they really tactically need to come up with some solid stuff here because Epsilon are really well drilled. They're really comfortable playing in this manner. They know exactly where to do it. It's very much instinctive play for them right now.
The most important part is they have men who've been playing since the initial season over a year ago. And you look on the side of Revo, I can't tell you if any of these players, I don't think I've seen a single one of them back, in the first couple of seasons when we actually were doing the Battlefield series here at ESL One. So it's a lot of history behind the side of Epsilon as well. Took no damage from that one. Biscuit. Brilliant. He looked at the explosion, so I guess cool guys who don't look at explosions take no damage, or take little damage, but guys who look at explosions take 0.
Yeah, if they look right at it, like if they're standing right next to it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, Biscuit, he got the defuse through, he got the bomb, and now look at this. He's right next to B, and this should be a plant for them. This is going to be Epsilon now on the retake for the first time in, I think, 2 weeks. We didn't really see them do that too much against Fnatic.
No, you're dead right here. Easy as you like. Bomb goes down. Horek trying to throw a lure, I think, over in the direction of that bomb site, but the wall was in the way, as they often are, and he wasn't not able to connect. And now he does know that there's someone sneaking around near him. I think he had the spot, and he does. But he still gets taken down, and that's bad news for Epsilon here. They've actually been kind of wrecked, almost squad wiped, and Hawaii is more than happy to sit up on that bomb. Or at least close to it anyway, and wait for anyone to push through. Smokes are very good here from Revo as well, and there is just no Epsilon players in close enough to really contest this. This is great.
I'm trying to play for the retake, and it's going to come down, I think, to Hexus. If he can come up these stairs really quickly, he's got to run as fast as he possibly can. The bomb's going to be taken away in the last few seconds here. He's got to pick up this quick kill to the man towards his left, or even towards his right. He gets the first kill. Instead, they're just going to back off, let this one blow up, and then play for the second MCOM. So Revo, they get on the board. 1 apiece between these two teams. Well done by them.
The thing is I think what we saw there as well was a dead nade to the stairs as he came up. So yeah, there's a dead nade thrown about here. So I think it was Hexus couldn't actually push straight up, and after getting that kill, he had to back away. So as well played there as well, just to keep Epsilon back from that one. And it's 1 apiece here in terms of MCOMs. And this is why Revo made it through that first round, I guess. And Atlas actually, as far as we know, put up a big fight against them. I think it was on some of the other streams there. So definitely would have been worth a look in now, but they are back, and well, so far they're actually in head in kills. So this is, again, this is them, transitioning from being good at getting kills and now starting to work on towards those objectives right now. But they do have to keep it up. It's got to be consistent. It can't just come as a flash in the pan here as Epsilon have snuck through and are making their way over. And Tayo is just ridiculously out of position here.
Well, he is, but he did pick up a couple of kills when they're going for the bomb, and that's what we've seen Make on the left-hand side stick around just to try to see where he's coming from and provide that kill. But meantime, the bomb, it's already making its way towards C, and this should be a plant coming out of Hexus momentarily, but it's taken down by Biscuit. And Biscuit will be able to pick up the bomb yet again and run it potentially across him. He's got a man off to his left. He knows generally where he is. And we'll come around the corner. Looks like Hawaii was able to pick up the kill. Now they're moving out as a squad here towards that A side. This is very deadly. The MCOM is very susceptible here. And Epsilon, they have to hurry down the defense if they want to hold on.
Yeah, it looks like Biscuit might be heading up towards that seaside in the north here. Where is Epsilon? They're not really that close by as well. I mean, Mike's going to get there as well, but spawns are coming in. And there's a chance here for Revo to set up and make this a defensible position once the bomb is planted. Let's see what they can do here. They don't really have the luxury of using the hills, or at least it's going to take them a while to get up there at this stage. And there is one Epsilon player just behind here. And that is Mayak, just trying to stay alive for the moment and just wait. Oh, there comes the incendiary. He's going to be forced out of that position. Shots coming towards the side of him. Going to get taken down there as well. And here comes the push in, but it's not really fast enough from Epsilon. They're up on the hill. Let's see what they can do with it now. Hunter goes to the 1v1. He gets taken down by Pacha. Alien gets a bit of Horek as well. And this is Revo getting it done. Very impressive against our previous Cup champions.
This might be Revo taking a 2-1 lead in the first half. I mean, you see there's only 2 men alive on the side of Epsilon. They're forced to respawn to come back in. The bomb is taken away. There's 40 seconds left to go on the clock. And here we go. They have to get towards that bomb as quick as they can. They need to get on top of it. I don't think they have the time. I think Revo, they're going to pull off the 2-1 lead.
Yep, Epsilon messed up there, and that is the half, and Revo with 2 plants. Biscuit, the man delivering both of those bombs towards those MCOM sites, and after Jika got that first plant down, it was a very quiet half for Epsilon. Scoreboard, well, Mayak, no surprises here to see him up the top at 14 and 5, but the rest of Epsilon having some issues.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. 4 and 13 for Horik. That's typically never the scoreline we ever see him go on. Honestly, really confused on what was going on the side of the Epsilon camp. It seems like once they lost that momentum, once they had that defuse come through in Biscuit, they just really struggled to get anything going back for them. But, you know, Revo, if they can pick up 2 MCOMs or just not allow Epsilon to get a single one, or they get one and Epsilon gets one, then they can come out on the first map with a lead. But then keep in mind, this is their choice. They almost did beat Fnatic on it as well last week. So this actually kind of worries me if we get into the later stages of this whole season, get into the group stages, if people ban Zavod away from them, will they know how to play these other maps?
Well, I mean, that's exactly right. As you said, this is the pick of Revo here. Well, they've definitely done great work on it here. It's not over, of course, with that 1 NCOM detonation in the first half. 2 detonations here in the second does mean that Epsilon can win this one. So it's still very much in the balance here. I mean, Epsilon just completely falling off and just being, I don't know, kind of shell-shocked, Jason, really. After that first detonation, like, we saw the kills, the balance of kills start to go heavily in favor of Revo. I mean, Tayu had a massive, massive half as well. Played very, very well. That's a name also that we have seen a bit of as well. We have seen Tayu around in previous seasons as well. I know I definitely saw some of him last season. So,
he was named TYU though then. Sure. Yep. Just like TYU.
Oh, you might be right.
So you changed it up to TYO. But yeah, we definitely have seen him last year, and I think he's improved quite a bit since then. Definitely been playing in the downtime. We know a lot of teams actually, you know, in those little, you know, those breaks, those season pauses, they actually go, you know, play some other games. They take a break from Battlefield, but it looks like they've definitely hammered home quite a bit of practice and looking to, you know, play with the big boys. I mean, they're technically beating Epsilon at the moment, and that's the biggest team you can get currently, who's won the last 2 cups alone.
Well, there's no doubt they played a better first half than Epsilon, especially after things got a little bit bumpy in the beginning. Maybe Epsilon are underestimating him. Maybe there's this constant confidence coming forward, pushing mindset for Epsilon may not work out. Perhaps I need to be a little bit more careful. Go back to, I guess, the kind of mindset they have when they're playing Fnatic and just beat them in their head-to-head. And that's what we saw from them last week, is that they were able to win those 1v1s against Fnatic players. They were able to be confident but not too cocky when they went into those fights. And overall, where the war of attrition was going in their favour, they do have to recover. They do have to pick up here. Let's see what they can do, of course, with the bomb. Spawning in its very characteristic location here in the middle of the woods, often allowing for a bit of a conflict in the early stages here. We see Epsilon will split 3 players off towards a factory and leave some back to contest this bomb. And this is a very, very wide push coming out here.
Oh, it's Horik. Okay.
Horik, yeah.
It's typically going to be Mayek or Horik. They're like the type of men who like to go for those big frags. All right, so Horik's going to be the one doing that towards the south side, but Tio has been able to spot him out. Fortunately, not really connecting the shots. And Alien will be the first casualty here on the side of Revo.
Horik took a lot of damage there, actually, like a heck of a lot of damage. Very lucky to be alive from that first little engagement there. So his aim may be failing him a little bit here. So he has been spotted and detected right now, so there's not really too much he can do. Yeah, he gets taken down there, so great work. And Revo take control of this one here. Epsilon, maybe their plan of leaving 1 player back to contest that bomb backfired somewhat, because now they definitely have control of that. But this is giving time for Epsilon to set up elsewhere. Now, Jika in a position here where we can do some work. I think he took down Hawaii just now, and there are shots coming in towards him. He's very, very low. He'll still get another kill. Despite that, though, he does take down Tayu, although Pacha will be there to pick that one up as well.
Wow.
What a mess.
A huge mess. Losing 5 men, only picking up 2, like... Obviously, that's not the best trade you could hope for, but either way, the angles they were looking at, the positioning was really cut off, and Epsilon, there we go. So they got the bomb. They got the full squad wipe through. Now, can they get the bombs down? Can they tie things up? They're still down 1-2 currently in this. I think this is a map they're going to maybe really want to win. I don't know how good Revo is on Parasol Storm. We saw them play last week up against Fnatic, and it was unfortunately just kind of a whitewash against them. So I can assume, at least against Fnatic's caliber, when that's one of their better maps, that Revo aren't the best at it. But here we go. The bomb has been planted. Epsilon looking to get that BM comm destroyed. And Jika in the perfect position to catch him off.
Key position right now for the man. Let's see what he can do with it, though. Now his players come around the corner. It was almost like he was already spotted. Well, maybe it was some pre-fire from Tayu there. But either way, it's worked an absolute treat. And you can see Revo free to make their way on towards his B site now. Hexus is pinned down, and he will be the last man in the squad. Horik now spawning in. Not even close. Way away, and it's going to be an easy defuse from Revo. These guys are playing some fantastic and dynamic Battlefield.
Wait.
These bursts of play from them are great.
Sorry, I heard the bomb still taken away. I was wondering why no one was on the bomb, but there still was a man there. And you can see Hawaii push up as well, trying to get control of the A site, but looks like they would hit C. And this is the site we saw him do against Fnatic, where they boosted the man up top and completely caught them off guard. Let's see if they do it yet again. Biscuit able to pick up a nice kill. The bomb has been planted out for Revo. They're already up 2-1. Thing is, this one MCOM won't be enough to close out the game for them. They're going to need that second to shut it out within the time, or before the time ends.
Biscuit holding really well here, actually, just with 2 kills on him. Now some spawns coming in to reinforce numbers for Revo. And Epsilon are just kept outside of this factory. They can't make their way in there because Biscuit is just holding him to nothing. Hawaii coming through as well. Biscuit gets his second, and Epsilon are getting decimated 1-1. We may be on our way to an upset, in map number 1 here, and Epsilon seeming very, very impotent right now as they're trying to get inside this factory, but there's no way they're going to get there in time. Fantastic hold from Revo.
All right, so now it's going to be 3-1 here for Revo. Have 4 men alive after the destruction as well. Actually, no one dying to the bomb there. They moved off it very quickly. But now, where do they want to attack next? There's still quite a few different positions that they can go for. The bomb hasn't respawned in just yet. They have to make a long route away, or a long walk, hike through the forest to pick that one up. Looks like Alien's going to be the man to lead the charge for that. But Epsilon, now the pressure's on. If they need these next 2 MCOMs to at least tie things up and go in overtime.
Alien being very diligent here to check his corners. He does see a player come across him, and that's Texas to go down. I don't know if he missed another player from Epsilon head up the hill there or not. He didn't spot him, but nonetheless, Revo have good numbers in this vicinity right now, and Epsilon definitely playing keep up. Not doing a great job of it as well, I'll be honest with you. Alien will fall to Horek there. It's not really a super important kill in the grand scheme of things, as the bomb is still being contested. Tie you out nice and wide on the roadside here. He can use the rock for some cover. Will be popping his head up if he has to there. He has seen a player, but he won't be good enough to win the aim battle against Hunter, who does get the better of him. And now Biscuit there, who's been a huge player so far this half, is going to drop. And the bomb is going to be ferried away now. So Epsilon now with a bit of a burst of speed, maybe some momentum to come from this play. Looking at that A site quite earnestly here as Alien's going to be caught up on that one. Does get a kill towards Hexa somehow, but he will eventually go down. It's a good hold though still. Any sort of, anything you can really do to hold up Epsilon as they make the way over to that site is going to be very, very helpful. Now, the bomb went down, yes it did, but Epsilon really in a position to defend it with only 2 players between them. Hexus has to be so careful. He does get a kill on Patra as he crosses over now. He's holding that side nicely. Even Horek's corpse not too far from him. Hexus tries to go for an MLG 360, will not connect it. There's a couple of players for Epsilon inside, but they need to be outside right now. Well, not as long as Revo aren't dealing with the bomb. I guess it's not an issue right now. Mayak goes down. Will Horek fall as well? Tiger needs some more bullets, and he doesn't manage to connect that one. But still, again, he's keeping Epsilon inside this one now. And Revo can go for the defuse, but no, will be stopped. And Hexus, great work to come out of those stairs at just the right time, and that may be exactly what Epsilon needed here. But they need more than that one. They need another MCOM detonation after that one there. So it's good. It's a good start for them. But they must wake up. If they want to beat Fnatic, they need to get through Revo first. And they are not looking the better team so far.
Yeah, so currently Revo up 3-2. Next MCOM will decide if it's an overtime or if it will be Revo with the victory in the first map going on to Siege of Shanghai next. That's definitely Epsilon's choice of map. And we saw him just beat Fnatic on it just yesterday, actually, in a 2-0... Not yesterday, sorry, last week in a 2-0 sweep. A shot of Hex throwing a patch to just take him down and allow Epsilon to potentially pick up control of this bomb spawn. And wow, that lock coming through, and then the BM out of Hexus there. Really wanted that kill onto Alien. But where's the actual bomb? It's picked up on the side of Epsilon. It's in the hands of Hunter. And he's starting to barrel onto that A site, but this is going to be so difficult to actually get the plant down, let alone... Well, actually, getting it down is the most difficult part there, but protecting is very, very easy. And that is 2 quick kills coming to the side of Revo. Horek now the last man alive. The bomb should be picked up for Revo, and they might have the time to push it across the map. Oh, Horek, he just fluffed his lines. He just completely messed up and gave away his position.
Not good at all. He's going to have to resort to the pistol to get that kill, and even a grenade goes straight towards behind him. He's going to get the second, though. He's holding on. The Horek man. Can he improve, though, on that one? He does see the bomb off in the distance. He's done a great work at making things a little bit awkward for Revo now, as they were hoping to push a full squad over here to get the plant, but it's just going to be Patcher now to get this bomb down after he's cleared the area. This is a very, very difficult area to hold, but they're already there. So it's a fantastic start for Revo now, as Epsilon are playing very cagily around this one.
How is Meg going to hold this? It's actually going to be aggressive with the help of Hunter. They have to be very careful. Basically, if they lose on this firefight, if they get knocked out, then that would be an easy plan for Revo, unfortunately, go for the retake. So you have to be very, very careful. As you can see, even with the kills that they picked up with the bomb being down, they're not going to go in for it just yet. They want to make sure they have enough kills and enough men alive on their side to retake this one safely. They don't want to allow another plant to get put down. Revo Biscuit just playing this one flawlessly, playing this one very calm. and just sitting back waiting for Epsilon to push into him. And now he just might juke them completely. Makes the last man alive. Horic finally respawning back in. The bomb in the hands of... It's not... Actually, it is on Biscuit, sorry. And he's going to get the plant down.
Epsilon must get another MCOM detonation in this half to secure their chance at an overtime, but Biscuit is going to make that so much harder now. He's going to jump inside one of those T-54s and just wait for the push of Epsilon. He is so good in that spot now as Hexus now trying to come towards him. Incendiary goes up and it really has no effect. It didn't find its mark. It hit the fence and now Hexus is forced to push up and try and get him out of that tank. Even after getting the defuse on this bomb, if it would happen, Epsilon then has to get the bomb and take it over towards a bomb site now. They're actually not going for a defuse immediately here. I know there's some Revo players on the vicinity here, and Alien doing very, very well. Great position there, takes down Hunter, and he's just a thorn in the side of Epsilon right now. They've got to be stressing. They've got to be pulling their hairs out. It's only Horic left right now. He's going for the defuse. He will nail it just, but does he have time to get the bomb away to safety and make a crack at getting another MCOM plant?
He's got a minute 20 left. He's going to have to sure as hell hurry across the map, and it looks like he wants to barrel down on towards C, taking the long way around, going towards the track side. Is there actually anyone here to stop him on the side of Revo? I don't see anyone on the screen. There's actually a man out towards his left on the tanks, but there's 2 quick kills coming for Revo. And kills being traded back and forth, and looks like Horic has bought enough time, though. 3 minutes left on Revo. If they keep losing, if they keep losing men, if he gets this bomb down, it's going to be so tough to retake, and he picks up again another 1v1, a huge one up against Hawaii.
Horic in such a dangerous position right now. There are nades coming in towards him. He will go down. Biscuit gets up behind him and picks up the bomb. And where are Epsilon to pick this one up? Nowhere to be found. They're completely out of position. They are going to lose this one. There's only 40 seconds left. They must immediately squad wipe Revo if they're going to have any chance of this. That's not a bad start. Jika with a double there as well. Nade goes off. They've got the bomb in hand. That was Biscuit. Hawaii drops down. That's essentially a squad wipe, and Taiyu is the only man close to the scene.
Why would you not just get the bomb and run away? What's the point in trying to go for another plant? All you have to do is just hold for another 30 seconds. A bomb will get planted, and a Revo have to get a defuse to stop this overtime.
Absolutely stellar play from Epsilon to keep themselves in this one, but can they go the distance? The bomb is down, and they have vantage positions up here on the hill. Biscuit, he's not sure about how to approach this one. Really, there are people left, right, and center for him to try and take out, and he doesn't have any of the spots as well, so he's essentially flying blind into this situation. There's a lot of cover, but still, look at the wipe over there. Taiyu managed to take down Mayak, and Alien is heading towards the bomb. Taiyu wants to head up and help on the hill, but this is great. This is fantastic work as Hexus goes down. Horic and Hunter have to hold this one, but Alien looks to be getting the defuse, and I think he'll get it done. It's going to be the first map going over to Revo. What an impressive performance from the Frenchman.
Wow, so good job by them. They take it a 3-2 lead. They don't get the final closeout on that one, but nonetheless, they pick up the victory. And now we'll be going on to Siege of Shanghai. I mean, that came down to the wire almost. Again, really questionable play to them to not just run the bomb away. There's no need to pick it up and try to push it back into the other side to get a plant down. You had 30 seconds. You run that bomb out, completely off the map. It'll take a while for it to respawn back in, and you're good to go. But either way, they won. They picked up the victory. They're up 1-0 against Epsilon, the team who's won the last 2 cups. And I'll be looking into Siege of Shanghai, which is definitely Epsilon's stomping ground.
Are we starting to see the cracks appear in Epsilon? 2 very strong weeks. One in which they beat Leet in the final, one in which they beat Fnatic, and now in the second round, they find themselves honestly at a risk of bowing out at such an early stage here. This will be very unlike Epsilon. Looking at the scoreboard, honestly, Jason, it's pretty even Stevens in that regard. I think this was definitely a very even game, but Revo definitely came out here with a plan. And I was saying earlier on in the piece, it seems like their gunplay is very good. It seems like they're fairly coordinated when it comes to those fights, but they also managed to pick up in terms of strategy, which is something I really didn't actually attribute to them early in that game. I thought, yeah, Epsilon seem to know what they're doing. They know where to go. They got instinct, I guess, about how they go. But my God, they could have had the opportunity there as well. Just Revo very, very strong in a burst scenario. When they're flooding out, when they're pushing on towards Epsilon, it seems like they're overwhelming them so easy. And now we're going to move on to Siege of Shanghai, the map that won it for Epsilon last week up against Fnatic. They finished it in 2 maps. And this was the second one here. And last week there, against Fnatic, Epsilon's first halves were really average. Really average.
Epsilon's not a bad team on Zavod either. Like, they're actually a pretty damn good team on Zavod. That was like the map they kept using, or tried to use, against Fnatic to pick up victories against them, as well as Siege of Shanghai. So, really interesting to see that, Revo's able to really take it to them. But it's going to come down to, like we're saying before, this is Epsilon's stomping grounds. Some people in chat were saying, well, this is Epsilon warming up. But you can't take away anything from Revo to be able to pick up a map off a team like Epsilon. A team who's, again, been playing since the very start of the ESL One Battlefield 4 season. you know, back in, was it late 2013? Back in the winter season, so a lot of pressure on the shoulders for them. And they've done fantastic so far, but they have another map to go. They have to beat Epsilon either on Siege of Shanghai or Paris of Storm. None of those are going to be easy. But they have a chance. They have momentum now. I think Epsilon maybe, well, maybe not like Fnatic, but I think they can go on tilt a little bit. At least when they back had Safe and Duke, they definitely could. But definitely not Fnatic level of tilt.
Here's the thing, right? The players they got in their lineup as well, we've seen them over multiple seasons now. We've seen them at LAN, we've seen them online, we've spoken to them in person as well. Not volatile personalities, many of these Epsilon guys as well. Like, you know, Jika is very much quiet. Like he's not really in your face. And the same can be said for Hunter as well. Hexus isn't really in your face either. Having Safe and Duke, as you put it in there as well, those guys were what I would consider to be slightly more passionate individuals. And sometimes there's many of us know if we do play games and play with teams, sometimes that can work against you. But right now, they just really need to channel that, I think, and just find some stability here, play their own game, and not let Revo tilt them out here, because, yeah, there's always a possibility of that, especially when you are going into a game expecting to be the better team. But we're on here now into our second map. It's Siege of Shanghai, and Revo are one map away from victory in this quarterfinal.
Well, let's see, they're on the blue side, which is the much easier side, like you're saying. But let's see if they can do anything with it, though. I always like to see how teams break out in the initial charge. Like, once they get the ball on the blue side, do they go straight towards C? Do they loop around to cut off the backside so they can go in? Or do they go straight past to head over towards B? We saw Fnatic, I think it was just last week, do the latter of those three choices, going straight for that B site when they're on the blue side. I can see Revo taking the time. I think they realize, well, we're up one map. Let's play smart about this one. Let's see if we can pick up a second. I mean, to 2-0 a team like Epsilon, they very well might be able to pull off like a cup victory overall. They're already qualified through, I think, into the group stage as long as they participate every week. If they make it into the semifinals from this win, then they're 100% in there.
A couple of kills there for Epsilon means that they can actually break through a little bit here as Biscuit just tries to hold from this little shot, but does he ever? My God, Hunter and Hexus hit the deck. He just holds perfectly from that spot. We've seen teams have mixed results from that position there. Biscuit just makes it work so well. And he actually manages to throw a spanner in the works here for Epsilon now. They are trying to make their way over towards this bomb site. A lot of smoke coming up here. And we see Epsilon making the way, but the Hawaii is behind them right now. Alien does get on towards Horek. The bomb is still held here, and there's a revive going on towards Horek. So Epsilon still managed to keep their numbers up, but you can see that Revo are ready to defend this one.
I thought you were going to say there's a rave going on. I mean, with all the smoke, it very well could be just some strobe lights in there.
Feels like museum on Thursdays sometimes, mate. Absolutely crazy.
Well, Biscuit charging straight through, gets the first, gets the second, and the bomb down. The teammates there actually TK him to stop him because he was too on fire. And now
so just trying to hose him out, just put him down.
Yeah, I mean, he shot him. That's one way to put out fires. But that's Revo picking up the kills they need. That's Biscuit really doing well. 5-1 for this man. And Epsilon, they only have Make Alive. They actually might be able to get a bomb down here on C.
Look at Hawaii barreling down like Usain Bolt, making his way towards this C site. And, well, there is no one from Epsilon at the moment that they can at least see to defend this one. There's a good shots coming in from Mayak, though. He will be able to hold from actually a fairly long way away. And that's important to buy some time now as Hunter gets some cleaning up done on the periphery here to take down Taiyu. Horek very cheekily heads in towards the smoke there. There is a nade that he's going to have to dodge.
I was going to say, he's going to have to move away from it eventually. He was just sticking around for a long time.
Snoop Dogg will be so happy right now. I tell you what, the bomb is down. They're not planted yet. Mayak throwing that grenade there. Well played grenade, but he had the bullets to follow it up anyway. So Epsilon have managed to secure this area for the moment here, and they can make their push down. You can see that Revo now just have to make their way back up and establish their line of battle.
So let's see, Jika. Still going to give him another angle again. A lot of smoke's being used here just across the midway point of the map, not to even get in towards that B site. But Jika somehow through the smoke connects onto Alien. Not sure exactly how he hit that one, but either way. Spots out a second one just to feed it to you. Picks up another kill, and now Pacha and Hawaii are the last two remaining, but Epsilon, they're still being very slow to cross. They're still being very hesitant to get this bomb over into the enemy territory.
Maybe a bit of respect coming out here from Epsilon. But it can work against you. You don't want to respect your opponents too much. There's a very fine line here, but Biscuit, as the smoke does clear, he will be lying in wait. That's a lot of spots coming from his teammates, and he is able to dispatch Hunter through the smoke because of the information being passed to him by his teammates. So he can establish a bit of dominance here. He is set up in a position. He's looking towards Hexus right now. It's going to be back and forth. He will be able to finish him off. No, the fence is just in the way. It's such a cluster right now as Hexus just manages to hunker down for the moment here, but he gets pushed. Good aggression coming out from Taiyu. And that is the way the bodies fall as Hexus goes down. Where's the bomb, though? Still held by Epsilon for the moment here as they are tentatively making their way up on towards this platform. Taiyu cleverly keeping himself behind that pillar, keeping himself safe. He will get pushed, though, from a different side as well. There was a spawn on him. That might work against, I think, Revo at the moment, and it does work against the Biscuit, putting himself or spawning into a very compromising situation. And now Epsilon have the plum down, and they set on up.
This is going to be difficult for Revo to retake. They do have an entry class with Alien. Trying to use the explosions to his advantage. Jika, though, pick up a nice kill, again pushed up. Trying to be very aggressive to catch him out. Spots out, too. He doesn't actually connect onto either. Gets some damage done, but doesn't get the kill. And Revo tied up in men here. You can see, again, the law's being used just to connect onto anyone. And he eventually dies to Hunter from long range. And I think Epsilon, they've been able to pull off an MCOM here. I think they should be able to secure this one. The smoke's being put down just to provide some extra cover if they do need it. They still have a man on site as well. They have 3 actually there. And Epsilon, they will get the first MCOM of the half. Definitely
one of the more effective B holds I've ever seen there. I mean, after getting those 2 kills on the Revo players, I think it was Taiyu and Biscuit who were close up. Revo never really seemed to get close there. So well played by Epsilon, and they will opt to hang around here. This could work against them, definitely, as the bomb will spawn on this road, and Revo will have immediate control. So Epsilon have to break through here. They don't want to be caught in enemy territory when there's no one back to defend. So they will be spawning back towards the north side of the map here. But they managed to pick up Hawaii as well, which is definitely going to be working in their favor. Bomb right on top of Biscuit. Look at this. He's only got 2 players to go up against for the moment now as Mayak still tries to catch up, and this could be important. But you can see here that they're being kept pinned down, Pacha and Taiyu on this road here, so they're not going to be able to take advantage of numbers now, and as a result, Jika gets Biscuit, bomb goes down, Epsilon take control of that one, and we have a little bit of a reset, albeit with Horek just being a pain in the neck right behind enemy lines.
Well, we did just get confirmation from the admins that Leisure did pick up their victory against Evolution Gamers, so winner of this one will be playing up against them in their semifinal. Then Penta is playing against Fnatic in the other semifinal, so a rematch from last season. The 2 big dogs to watch out for then.
Well, even last week, I think, we saw Penta go up against Fnatic.
Yep. And they Penta lost in the semis to get to them, so maybe they'll change their luck around this time. But I don't think we're going to be able to go to that game, unfortunately. I think that game's going to be starting as soon as possible, just to make sure we're not running any further behind today. So it looks like we'll be sticking with the winner of this up against Leisure. But either way, there is no winner just yet. Epsilon, they're down 1 map, but they do have the 1 MCOM so far. You see Hunter at 12 and 4 so far. Pacha, you cannot afford to miss shots like that, son. You got to be able to close those out, and he sure as hell better do it there. He does finally kill Horek.
Well, it's getting it done. It's not always pretty, but it's still effective, I guess, in some way or another. There is Hawaii. Does take out Hunter, and that's going to force Epsilon right up towards the north side now. And I've got to point out the young man, Hunter, having a great game. 12 and 5 right now. He, obviously, like when I was first learning about Battlefield and asking my friends, especially back in the Australian scene, who to look out for, they said, look out for Hunter. Although he's young, he's probably one of the most talented players in the Battlefield 4 scene right now. That's coming from guys like Vox M and also blokes like Death Dog and Valzo were sort of telling me much like that. So a lot of respect from the Oceanic scene towards that Dutch player as well. And a lot of the guys that came from Gamers Connection, Topper Chat, SK Gaming. So, you know, I mean, Epsilon definitely a well-recognised team of well-recognised players. But I'll be honest with you, Revo, they're on the cusp of making a name for themselves here as well.
Oh, that's what Maxer Pro did last season, right? When we saw the game mode switch over, we didn't really hear about them too much before then. But that's where they really got the, a good start onto the scene. They were able to just bust out and, challenge teams like Fnatic, challenge teams like Epsilon, and pick up quite a few actual cup victories. But Revo, they still have a lot of work to do. They finally gotten 3 kills through. Horek and Hunt, the last 2 alive. They should be able to get this bomb across on towards C, and this should be the first plant coming in for them. And we might see a tie in MCOM, but no, the bomb has been dropped again. The law comes out of Horek, and it does shut him down.
So cheeky there. Nice work there by Horek, and that's exactly where we're seeing these be used. It was sort of first the smokes, now the laws. And see now, Horek knows exactly when the bomb's been picked up, and it is in the hands of someone else. Get wrecked, Biscuit. The law again doing its job, and Fnatic, and Epsilon, should I say, are defending the bomb by proxy at the moment. They don't even really have to be there in the flesh as long as they're getting stuff done from range, but they have been sort of cooped up here into the top part of this little complex, and Biscuit will go for yet another plant, but he is being watched like a hawk by Epsilon players. You'll have to plant it from behind, but I do think that that law must be splashing from around to behind the bomb side to kill these players planting. I'd be surprised if Revo went for a plant in front of it.
Well, since the bomb doesn't actually update until a couple seconds, or every couple of seconds it updates of where it is on your screen, they just kind of realize, all right, well, he's not moving, he's still there, shoot the law up, he'll probably kill him, and that's what they're able to do a couple of times there. I think it was 2 to actually shut them down, but either way, Epsilon still with 2 people alive. Looks like Hawaii going back towards C, trying to get this plant finally through. maybe use a teammate to just body block, but either way, they'll get the bomb down here in Epsilon with a minute 10 left to go. We could see a tie at the end of this first half.
Man, this is so close right now. Epsilon really being pushed to this one. Trying to shoot through the smoke is Hunter, and he will find Hawaii, but that doesn't really solve the issue of the bomb being down. Pacha out towards the side. There's an overturned truck in front of him. He has some cover. He's looking for Taiyu there as well. He knows there's someone chasing you around. A bit of cat and mouse right now. I can't really find him. And it is Hexus just able to get the Magnum shot on towards the head. Beautiful stuff from him. He was good on the quick draw, and Epsilon, nice work to clean up Taiyu, last man standing. What can he do from this position? Can he interrupt this one? Can he stop this from being diffused? I don't really think he can. He's just trying to keep himself alive, and he does well against Mayek. Did he?
Is there a guy on it now? Okay, there's a guy back on it now. So he did actually kill the guy who was defusing the first. Oh, the med kit almost threw him off.
That would have been really awkward.
Ooh, that would have been.
Would that actually have stopped his defuse process?
Well, you can't defuse if there's a med kit on top of the laptop. Okay. Unless that's been changed. I know that was an awkward thing that happened.
Yeah, but it wasn't there already. It was being thrown, so I don't know.
Not sure.
Yeah, that cheeky little
let's hope
there.
it wouldn't. Because that would be very embarrassing. But either way, that's going to be a nice defuse come for Epsilon. And that will be the end of the first half, with Epsilon taking a 1-0 lead.
A slim lead at best for them. Especially, well, I mean, they're starting on the north side here, so, you know, it has been said that it is a little bit trickier to play from the Chinese side. But well done by Hawaii, especially as well. I love watching him this half as well. Not exactly the prettiest kill-death ratio, but Revo played really, really well here. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more is all they need. Watch like a hawk, Lexi. Watch like a hawk. Thank you. It's not just an Aussie saying. It's just my accent. God help us, chat, please. Anyway, after that one...
ban him for you if you want.
No, don't ban Lex. He's a lad. He's
Too
a
late.
lad. Oh, JCap. All right, so... I mean, this is tricky. I mean, Epsilon, they got the 1M comp, so a little bit of breathing room going into the second half here. But even after this, they have to win a third map here. And Revo have really... Oh, they're really going to make this one hard for them.
Well... Yeah, I mean, they're making it work for it, which is really cool to see. You know, a team challenge the likes of Epsilon, especially a team that we haven't really seen or heard of or really, you know, known too much in the past. But to see them really step up when it counts against a team of the caliber of Epsilon is really cool to see. And it still shows there's a lot of talent out there that's still up and coming and making their way to the top ranks. But we're about to kick off our second half. Just going to be swapping sides. Epsilon going to be on the blue side, the quote-unquote easier side. And Revo going to be playing on the red side here. Do you think we could see a tie-up? Do you think we're going to see a 1-1? Maybe hit into overtime? Or do you think we could see Revo pull off a 2-1 here? No,
I think this being Epsilon's map, I think they'll take this one. And I think we'll be moving on towards the third here. I would say that would be the case. Well, it's best case scenario for Epsilon at this point here. Got to be kicking yourself after losing that first map on Zavod as well, especially when they were so close to having that one. And it was a mistake by Revo that actually opened the door for a potential overtime, but a stroke of brilliance at the end of that half for them to actually bring things back and get it done. So congrats, of course, to Revo. I mean, I honestly am impressed, really. It's hard, really, to see a team like Revo and go, yeah, they'll beat Epsilon or they'll be so competitive. But I'm glad that I have been shown the light, as it were, and they're giving us some really, really good games of Battlefield here. That being said, like, in terms of kills, like, that was still a very strong half for Epsilon. They were still definitely in front. Hunter and Mayek, I think, had really, really good performances here. But again, we talk about this all the time. You have a team of 6 players that can just go off at any time and just be incredibly good, but sometimes they just suck.
Yeah.
As much as I love them, I love them all, but sometimes they just don't play the way that they maybe should, or maybe they'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know you and I have always, I'm sure everyone out there's also felt it as well. Like, one game, if you're playing something, you could be like the best person in the server. Then you go into the next one, you're the worst. I mean, sometimes you have hit or miss days. I think the most consistent team we've seen, definitely hands-on, has to be Fnatic. I mean, you have to point out, Make in particular, who his first game on LAN, because people always question whether or not he was legit or legit or not. He dropped like 25 kills and like 2 deaths his first game. Then into the second map, he went like 2-15. Yeah. Like consistency is really hard to have in esports, and it also shows you here in Battlefield, how much it can really change the pace of the game.
And the bigger games that you have, the worse your bad games look as well. Because if you're the kind of player that's consistently getting like 10 and 11, 14, 10, whatever, but if you're going like 25 and 10, you look really bad when you get like 3 kills and a half or something like that. You know what I mean? It puts a lot of pressure on you.
Well, here we go though. Epsilon on the blue side, like we're saying. Revo on the red. And Epsilon currently leading 1-0 in MCOMs, but Revo are winning 1-0 in maps. So let's see, can Revo tie things up, maybe take it over time, maybe pick up a win in this half, or will Epsilon drag it into a third map onto Parasol Storm?
Parasol Storm, wouldn't that be an interesting conclusion to this epic struggle? But Epsilon have to get there first, that is the thing. Starting on the blue side here, of course, they do have Bomb. It's funny, they've actually taken control of that one fairly early here, and that might be even a bit of a tell to how eager they are to win this one, or to finish this one off as quickly as they can, decisively. Maybe just start to make Revo question themselves. Maybe make them think maybe we're not good enough to win this kind of game. Epsilon would love to get in their head. It's not land. You don't have safe screaming across the table at you here, so they've got to employ other sort of forms of subliminal mind games here. But Hexus has the bomb inside shop. He's going to move out around towards the outside. Very quiet start here on this one.
I think Epsilon just waiting for those initial kills to come through before they can actually get into the site. I mean, you have to be very patient, especially in the beginning of the game. You see it mostly on a map like Dawnbreaker, but it works here as well. You want to get those initial kills. And you can see that Revo, I mean, they're waiting. Biscuit, you can see that as well. They realize that we're on the defensive because of the side that we're starting on here. You have to play very careful, very cautious, and if they get aggressive and die, that's an easy plant. So you have to be very, very careful there. Even Biscuit helping out teammate, throwing a med pack towards them. And Epsilon, they've already wasted away about 2 minutes of time on this clock. Then again, they're not the ones forced to make the move. They can play defensive if they want.
Not one kill has been scored yet. The deaths you see on the scoreboard are from suicides made before the game started for players to adjust their spawn positioning slightly. Still nothing yet being done. Horak will open up the account. And we'll get the first kill towards Biscuit, I think it was here. So Epsilon have a chance to set up here, but they're really so slow that the bomb is in fact dropped here. So they're not in any hurry, but a bit of a scuffle over here on this side as Hawaii's going to get pushed onto, but he gets the better of Hunter in that situation. Again, as I'll say about Epsilon, there's always another player to contribute, to chip in, to get the revenge frag, or to play off a kill. And now it is a 4v3. Smoke going to be going out here. Epsilon want to come forward. They want to just push back on this one a little bit here and make it harder for Revo to get involved in this one. But Taiyu and Patcher doing a fantastic work. A Goliath effort. Hunter running out of bullets here. You will have the G18 though to get the kill on towards Patcher. And tries.
TK?
No, just awkward moments inside that container. Not sure.
Hexus will follow as well. Hawaii does pick up a second kill. And it looks like they've actually been able to get the better of them. This is going to be Revo now on the attack. They've been able to pick up the bomb. They've been able to defuse this offense that was coming at them. There's certainly a man off, I think, behind Revo, who's able to help get the bomb down. You can see they're already reinforcing this position. And again, now Revo are forced to play kind of defensive here. They need to pick up these kills so they can get that bomb down, but with men dying left and right on their team, it's going to be very difficult to pull this off.
Taiyu gets respawned here as well. It's a great little jump up there. Secure the kill. Taiyu doing work, but Epsilon are managing to hold them back right now here as well. Playing a bit of a C shape as they work forward, a bit of a concave lineup as they're just trying to continue to gain some ground here bit by bit. They have the bomb. They have the momentum here. They have Alien running away with his tail between his legs. That's a good sign.
Do aliens have tails?
What about in the movie Alien vs Predator? I think they had a tail. Oh yeah.
That is true.
Alien had a tail.
That's true. Predator did. Alien did.
Yeah.
Alright, so Hexus though with the bomb. It's actually pushing straight past him. He doesn't want a piece of C, but he's got to worry about Hawaii, who's going to go get fallen. Or get felled. But Biscuit able to pick up 2 kills there onto Hunter and a Hexus. And Taiyu in a great position to stop them from playing towards B. So this push has been thwarted. But again, you can always use it as a transition point back towards C. The bomb's been picked up the side of Revo, and that's going to be Horak falling, who's in the prime position to shut this down.
Wow. I see Epsilon blasting off. But as we know that Team Rocket always back again. So let's see if Jesse and James are present.
Meow, that's right.
Oh god, I just wanted to break into their song. It's so good. Their motto, whatever you call it. I miss that show. Nonetheless, at the moment here, Jika, he's just trying to hold in this center area as the bomb is inching forward very slowly. He is getting updates on where the position of that one here, so he can have peace of mind about the movements of that one. But Biscuit is just not taking any chances right now. What a slow game this one has been. Epsilon, I mean, have seemed a little bit stronger, but it's been back and forth. I always refer to a pendulum swinging when we're on this map because, well, that's just kind of the way it plays out, to be honest here. Teams kind of struggle to come forward and then establish positions because you've got these no man's lands. Areas of no man's land, I guess you have. When you push up out of them, you got your, there's a defensive zone, and you push out of that one here and into this one, where it's just quite dangerous, and there's a lot safer to sort of stay back, but teams have to take the risk in coming forward, and they've done just that. Patcher and Hawaii, last 2 left here. We can see them spawning in from the side here, trying to get close to the side as Alien just came back alive. As the smoke goes up and the bomb goes down. And Alien's hackles are up. He's looking for a kill right now as well. Great shot towards a road. Mayak will be the one that gets taken out by that one, but Jika gets a double. No, he doesn't. That's Hunter. We'll get the same name. Brilliant.
Yeah, they all have the JJs.
I think it's a tribute to JJ, the Queen of Battlefield, from my understanding. But that's confusing.
Queen of
Battlefield? Do you know who JJ is?
No.
Should ask Jika.
Well, either way, the bomb still taken away here. Revo, they're forced to go on the retake yet again. They have enough men here actually to pull this up. They do it with the 2 men towards the staircase, directly towards that right there. They have to hold them back, and the Stunner Grenades are going to be doing just that, force them back completely. But the man rushing on towards site gets taken down. There's no one defusing the bomb. Hawaii won't have a chance, as he's already dead, and his teammate Biscuit will fall there after as well. So that's a 2-0 lead now for Epsilon. They need one more come to close out this map, and Revo, they have 4 minutes to tie things up with 2 themselves and take it overtime.
And as a result, Epsilon have actually managed to keep this forward position with still 4 players on the field waiting for the last spawn in. Will it be a back spawn? It is. It's back spawn from Hexus there. He's probably going to be going and getting the bomb if it does spawn out. Usually here, or around here. So there it is. Hexus ready for that one.
Here.
Here.
Yep.
Alright. Look how far out they are. This is ridiculous. So aggressive from Epsilon.
It is. I'm not sure why Revo hasn't been able to punish them just yet, but they should definitely know now as the bombs make its way on Hexus over towards A. I think this should be a clean plant. This should be actually part of the closing out of this map. TU and Biscuit last 2 alive as they get the respawns back through. But Epsilon have a lot of time to work with here. I think you've seen Hexus try to a little bit of a sneaky position. Instead of just going to sit at the table, wait for his order.
He can just have some sushi right now because the rest of his team are just demolishing Revo at the moment. And they're just not even close to being able to actually get towards his A side. Jika, the man of the moment here, is going to come barreling out of that container and take down Biscuit and Alien. Well, that's the way the Biscuit crumbles right now. Last man in the squad and only one spawning in on him. Epsilon should have this one fairly solidly, I'd like to think, with 2 minutes 50 left on the clock. And we are looking at a map 3, Jason.
Yep, it's going to happen. All right, there we go. Epsilon able to come back when things looked really grim for them to pull into that 3rd map on a Parasil Storm. And that's, again, going to be an interesting map. We saw Revo get absolutely smashed by them against Fnatic on this map last time. And we're going to find out if they can maybe change the luck this time against a team like Fnatic, or a team like Epsilon. I keep saying Fnatic too much. That's just throwing me in the wrong way.
Wow. Well. Very average frags coming out from Revo here. Someone in chat thinks I'm British. I'm not sure if I should be flattered by that.
I mean, technically you kind of are, right?
I'm not British, mate.
Well, technically you kind of are.
I'm as far, literally,
that's like I'm technically British.
The longest flight path you can take in the world, I think, is from Sydney to London. I'm a long way from...
But you're technically British because England colonized Australia, didn't they?
Australia is an independent country.
But they made it its own independent country after colonizing it.
But so we're Australian. Mate, don't make me get my flag out.
I'm technically British. You're technically British.
Don't make me rally down the streets of Cologne here for my right to
be called an Australian. I dare you. Run around naked in an Australian flag.
No, who said anything about being naked, Jason?
I don't know. I'll do it with you. I'll have an American flag.
Oh, good. I'm sure you'd like to do that. Parasol Storm is going to be our 3rd map for this game. And it will be the conclusion of this epic struggle between Revo and Epsilon.
See, British accent, the flying duck.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was referring to. David and Goliath. It really has been so far. And Revo, each week, are proving themselves just that little bit more. The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you have to go up against Fnatic or Epsilon in round 2 or round 1 as it is for some teams. But when you show grit like this, you definitely should be sending a statement to teams like Epsilon Fnatic saying that we're here and we are serious about our battlefield. We're here to take your titles away. So far,
it's good to see that, though, because... Sorry to cut you off, but it's really good to see that. I wanted to touch on that point, because we saw teams like Fnatic be at the top ring of Battlefield forever, and no one really challenged them until Dexterity came along over from Brazil. And when you see these new teams come up and challenge the big dogs where they get complacent and lazy, you know, it makes them work extra hard, and it gives opportunities for teams like Revo to come up and really show what they're about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Fnatic are complacent. Well, not now, anyway. But I don't even think they were back then either. I really think Fnatic are very, very strong team, and they take the game serious as well. Like, put all the banter and bollocks on Twitter that we see from particular members of those top teams aside.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, please, it's unbelievable. Put that aside. I think Fnatic are serious about winning. I think that's just the way it's been drilled into them. I think that's just the way they approach things as well. And every time I interview them at our finals, and I do it all the time, I always have the same questions, really. It must bore drunks to death, because I get them up on stage and I say, all right, so, you know, how are you feeling? You're feeling pretty confident? You should have this one, shouldn't you? Drunks is like, No, not necessarily. No, we don't really feel that confident. We do confident enough in ourselves, not because we think the opponents suck or anything like that. So, you know, I don't like when people call Fnatic a cocky team. I think they have some players that have their moments who say some things, but
whatever do you mean?
When they sit in front of those computers and log in, they believe in themselves, but I don't think they tend to disregard their opponents. I think Epsilon is similar as well, but this is a new Epsilon, a younger Epsilon. I wouldn't say less experienced, but definitely a bit more...
More haired Epsilon?
They have more hair.
On their head?
Definitely have more hair, yeah.
They're not
In fact, they've got two-fifths more hair than they used to. So
it's true. It's true. All right, well, we're about to get underway here. 40 seconds left to go on the countdown. Revo on the blue side, Epsilon on the red. And we don't need to remind you guys at home who the favorites in this matchup are. It's going to be Epsilon, but then again, we've been taken to the third map here, Revo. We're going to find out if they've been able to clean up some things that they might have messed up on last week against Fnatic on this map. If they can take it to the big dog like Epsilon. But we'll see how this one's going to work out. Biscuit had a phenomenal couple of games, I have to say. You set up this camera position, didn't you?
I actually spent so long.
I remember the other day, last week, you were like, "Oh, I didn't know I could actually fly inside this."
This is secret. It's going to be ready for some epic cinematic. We'll count it down before we go into this one. Of course, the third map between Epsilon and Revolution on Parasol Storm to decide it all. That was so cool. I'm so glad I set that up. Anyway, Parasol Storm, let's rock this one here. Of course, let's see if Epsilon can make a good start. Of course, the bomb going to go over towards the basketball court. I called it tennis court last time, and Jason almost slapped me. Well, let's see how the teams try and fight around it.
I do have on my paper basketball written in all caps from last week. But yeah, here we go. Over to the basketball court. And again, those trenches are typically the easier places to hit Hexus. Oh my god, he's
playing hardball, man.
Feels like he's in hell with how much fire is around him. He's able to get away with his life for now. He's able to play, well, not much longer than that as he does get taken on. The bomb has been dropped. And Revo, let's see. They're down a man, but they're off to a strong start so far. Just as I say that, lose a couple more, so...
Oh dear. Well, to be fair, a bit of back and forth here is probably what we expect to see in the early stages on Parasol Storm. And, well, Epsilon have set up a forward position. Horik will now go back for the bomb after he and Hexus will be able to get kills for themselves here. And Patcher and Alien still yet to actually get any of their own here. So early stages, Epsilon finding targets, they're connecting with them nicely. And now Hawaii and Taiyu sneaking their way across over towards this trench. They have a good feeling that the bomb is going to go here. Quite often it's you know, the first target for these sites. And Hexus is in such exposed position. Prouder than a shag on the rock, like we say back in Australia. They're very, very exposed position now. But the bomb goes down, and amidst all the kerfuffle, Revo weren't able to actually set themselves up on this trench at all. So now they're having to come forward. They're having to cross these open areas, and Epsilon are waiting for them with open arms and primed guns.
It's very difficult to retake this too once the bomb has been planted, because all you need is explosives. Not to mention when you're squad wiped and you have no one left alive, of course it's hell is hard to get back in there. So this should be Epsilon already picking up an early 1-0 lead. I think they're starting to stamp their dominance on this map.
Horik just chilling for a moment, having a bit of quiet time inside the container.
He's in a timeout.
Yeah, he's clearly been a bit BM to his teammates.
He called it a tennis court, so he's in timeout.
Come on, man. Oh my god, have a look at this, man. Like, Revo are not even close to this one.
Yeah, they gave it up. They realized, I mean, they got squad wiped. They have to give it up. There's no real way to take that. And if they do attempt it and they fail, then that's basically throwing away another MCOM.
And it lets, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it lets Epsilon already set up and pretty much be ready to plant for the next one. So, well, I mean, an executive decision being made there by Revo, but we'll have to see if that comes back to bite them in the rear end here as Epsilon quite happily snatch away the first MCOM of this map. And Hunter now is, well, as always, living up to his name. Looking to push forward. He knows approximately where the bomb will spawn, and he wants to pick that up really quickly as well as get a good position here and wait for Revo to push down the hill.
Just thought of a really good joke. I'll get back to it, though, if we do see the opportunity arise. Hawaii, though, able to pick up that first kill. Spawns out that second man. Should be able to close him out as well. So with the two-man advantage, they actually might be able to get this bomb across the map and might be able to get a plant here. Revo looking to tie things up in this one so far.
That was quick. That was a very, very quick turnaround, but will Revo maybe be able to make this one stick? Jika is in the building here. He's close to where the bomb is. He's just trying to stay safe right now. Great shot across as well. And I think that was another Revo play. That might be Biscuit or Hawaii to go down there. I'm not sure, but he'll wrap around the corner. He knows the bomb's still here, and he's sitting on it with MyX. So definitely this area is in control of Epsilon right now. Taiyu wants to wrap around himself, try and get a flank and actually get a couple cheeky kills, and that can make all the difference in this sort of scenario. Had the defibs out, I don't know why. But now he's going to have to watch the bomb head across the basketball court. Basketball, mate. And now Hunter's going to get prone. He does see 2 players from Revo up there. They're going to be defending this side. They almost have a sixth sense about where Epsilon are going to want to go here. But Horek looking for a flank as well. Just going to be Bear Grillsing it up the side of the hill, and he does take down Pacha. Good trades. Very, very good trades right now for Epsilon as they make their way towards his B side. And it's just Biscuit now to try and hold on as a storm rolls in. And it must be mirroring the demeanor right now of Revo as they look to see another MCOM be planted on their B side. Yeah,
and T was the only man to actually survive that push too. So things are going to be a little bit rough. There's Epsilon going to be forced onto the respawns, but up close and personal to the bomb. They should have enough men here to defend this as well, as long as they have the grenades to throw through. But you're going to see Revo, they have to push straight past this MCOM, push into the enemy territory, pick up those kills, then go back for that defuse. It's going to turn to that man there on the screen, not the bird, the one right under you. There you go, that man there. And needs to pick up this kill, and that's going to be him going down. Fortunately, Hawaii has fallen, but there's a man defusing the bomb in the smoke. Is anyone going to check this? No, he gets it! Somehow, they get the defuse through, but the bomb's be planted right after again.
Yeah, replant and spawns coming in on towards that B side hill. It was the C side the bomb was planted at, sorry, my mistake. Now, Epsilon have had time. They got the replant. They're able to set up here. Horek gets taken down as he just slides down the hill. I always get distracted observing this game because it's so beautiful. Some really, really cool effects here. And there's some great ragdoll effects on top of that one there as Biscuit just gets absolutely hammered there. Maya Kinjika flexing their muscles a little bit now as Alien tries to get the revive on Tayo. He does do that. He's going to chill out in the container right now. He's going to be looking down towards that ledge. He might be expecting some Epsilon players to be there, but whack-a-mole, and Hunter comes up on top of that one. And as the last man in squad was Tayo, I think, but now they both go down. And that is it. Epsilon getting it done in the first half here with their second MCOM detonation, and well, they're lucky it went to that third map. Parasol Storm definitely seems to be one they're a little bit more comfortable on. Or maybe conversely, Revo just seemed to be at a loss on this map.
That was really quick, really fast out of Epsilon. So well done by them. It took them pretty much no time at all to accomplish that. 13-2 for May, 10-5 for Hunter. And Alien at 3-9. So I want to make a joke about Hunter and Alien, Predators versus Aliens.
Yeah, that would have been good. But now you've told us.
But the thing is, there's probably not going to be an opportunity this next half, but I want to make sure that everyone at home knew I was clever enough to have a joke there for when the time did arise. So I just wanted you guys to know that I can be clever, but unfortunately we won't have it happen. But Epsilon, though, I mean, maybe it took them 2 maps to warm up because this is the Epsilon that we're used to, just walking over teammates, or not teammates, teams.
Well, sometimes teammates as well, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, they do that as well. But we'll see. Revo, can they pick up 2 MCOMs? I think it's going to be, honestly, a lot to ask out of them.
Yes, of course. Question in Twitch chat, is Duke playing? He's a sub, listed as a sub for Epsilon right now. We haven't seen him yet this season, and if there are Epsi boys, hashtag Epsi boys in the chat, they might be able to make that, I guess, make that clear for us there. But he's not in the squad tonight, no. We actually haven't really seen Duke since spring.
He basically retired, yeah.
Yeah. Spring season, so that's earlier this year now, isn't it? A while back. He wasn't in the summer season. That was when Safe was still in the lineup and David was managing to almost get them the win, of course, at the finals. But I'll be honest with you, it was Dexterity very, very strong, and obviously we've seen a lot of European teams suffer the same fate as well. I mean, when we first saw them at our first finals in spring, I think it was the first time we saw them, they came out of the woodwork and just started beating teams. And the first time, I think they beat MYM first, and Epsilon were like, you guys just got wrecked by the American team. And then they had to play up against Dexterity, and they're like, okay, we now understand
American. Quote unquote.
Yeah, well, it's, I don't know, North and South America as a continent, I guess. It's America.
Yeah. I
don't know, man. That's what we call it anyway, because we're American teams that qualify, so I think it's Americas. Can we say Americas?
Yeah, Americas.
Americas, there you go.
Well, we got 46 left to go on the countdown. Remember, this is only our quarterfinal. We still have a semifinal and a final to come up. And our semifinal will be the winner of this up against Leisure. Penta already played Fnatic in the second, or in the other semifinal. That's going on currently at the moment, or should be, as far as I'm told from the admins. So we still have 2 more best of 3s to come your way before we do have our winner of cup number 3. So make sure to keep energy up, get some food, get some drinks, and let's get underway with this game here. Mitch, who do you think is going to take this one? Do you think Revo can pull back 2 MCOM straight?
I'd like to have faith in this French team. I think they're really exciting to watch, but they look average on this map. Really, really average. I think Epsilon will take it away from them here. Question as well in chat, where is Safe? Safe actually split from Epsilon to form his own team, which performed super well in the first week. Coming second, I think, but they disbanded after that one, yeah. So
he's in Shada, actually.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hello, Safe. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining us in chat as well. We are trying to check it periodically here. We're trying to focus more on the casting of the game, but if there are things that we can help or even other people, things that other people in the chat can sort of explain for you, then don't hesitate to ask the questions now. As a smoke billows up here on the basketball court, Hexus has the bomb, and he's going to be able to get out fairly cleanly. Look at that. Very good cover by Epsilon to secure this bomb early on, but they must transition to a site now as Hawaii goes down. They're looking for another one in those trenches there as well. That was Alien. He's going to be able to hold on for the moment at least. Try and keep Epsilon at bay.
He won't do any of that as Revo now have lost 3 men up to Biscuit and TU. As a 4 men of Epsilon able to get this bomb and push it across the map. Revo, they have to be careful. They cannot afford to lose a single MCOM or this game will be over. So, Biscuit flanking around the bomb. It's actually a perfect position to be in, but he has a spot on. He gets taken down. He won't stop the bomb from getting through into the trench.
However, it was dropped, I think, as he tried to get it planted there. I think there was an Epsilon player. Who is that? Oh, Hexus. Well, it's a cremation for the man now as the bomb wasn't quite able to be planted down. Some fireworks in honor of his service to his country. Well, let's have a look at this one here now. A little bit more detail as Hawaii is still in the trench. He was the man holding right now. He gets one. Can he get the second just around the corner of the bomb side? Punch against Horek. Oh, he tries to go in with the Magnum, but doesn't connect. And now Hunter can back away after planting the bomb. Gets a revive as well. Look at that. Hunter, Mike, and GK on the scoreboard. Thank God I can read that properly. Getting 3 kills. And Revolution, if that is a name, just get decimated.
And they only had 1 man left alive, almost a full squad back coming through. So here we go, the final attack out of Revo. If they can't pull this off, they'll be going home, unfortunately, in the quarterfinals yet again. Let's see, can they pull this one through? They got Jika to worry about inside the trench. They have actually quite a few men of Epsilon actually pushed up inside the buildings where they're coming from. And with Jika pulling off shots like that, I don't know if they can stop this.
Jika and Mayak and Hunter getting it done, boys. That's it, Epsi, boys. The flag is being raised here, and they're going to get this 3rd detonation. Taiyu is, well, he's just chilling right now. I think he's just trying to hold position right now. That is our 3rd MCOM detonation for this series. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are sharp, that means the winner of this series is Epsilon. They make their way through towards the semi-final to play up against Leisure for their shot at the grand final. And I mean, commiserations and in some ways, congratulations as well to their opponents. Revo put up a fantastic performance, but it's not enough against our defending champions. And they'll have to come back to play next week, Jason. It was a great game.
It was. It really was. It was really good to see, even though Revo did eventually lose, them finally step up when it really mattered and finally put some good scores on the board. You want to see them do after playing against Fnatic. Had some really new things, which we haven't seen too often. The whole boosting up inside Zavod. And then to see them almost pick up one against Epsilon's good. And I want to see them next week and see where they go as well.
It looks like their map pool just needs a little bit of work, I think. With picking Zavod, it was very strong for them, there's no doubt about it. But if you're going to be one of the best at Battlefield, you must have a very, very expansive map pool here. And unfortunately, Revo weren't able to get the job done. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to hopefully a short break. Unfortunately, we're not psychic. We're going to be back soon, of course, with our semi-final. It's going to be Leisure going up against Epsilon. Don't go too far. Grab a drink, settle in. It's going to be some great Battlefield to come.